our case study video. This is Ashton from Sign Trade, and he is going to tell us about his JumpStart campaign and what he was going to crowdfund for. I'm Sasha, I'm head of marketing at Sidekick, and yeah, over to you, Ashton. Tell us about Sign Trade.
So Sign Trade is a Web3 marketplace where fans and retail investors alike can go to invest in musicians and the future music royalties and sales made from tracks that we distribute. So Sign is basically three things. It's a distribution company for music, it is a marketplace for fans to invest in musicians, and it is a launch pad for musician tokens and launching a musician's token. We've been working with sidekick.finance for about a year, and we were very excited to be the first project to launch on JumpStart. And we used the platform to raise $50,000 for a new UI revamp, along with some marketing tools and some backend fixes.
And I know Sign Trade has been going for over a year now, right?
Yes, we launched our token in February of 2022.
So you had quite a good community already on your platform who were ready and willing to get involved in your campaign.
Yes, definitely.
And it was a success, wasn't it?
It was a success. We had to reach 30% cap, which was 30,000. Our goal was 100,000, which we reached. We got halfway there. It was a success. We got what we needed to get to where we're going, and I'm very happy to. I've been able to share information with the Grand Maestros, who are the top tier NFT community, some of the updates that we've seen so far, and it's looking very good. The new UI, it's like a completely different platform. So the resources have been going to very good use, and that's going to be unveiled, I think, sometime next month, probably early mid-March.
Great. Well, I'm sure everyone will really look forward to that. Could you go into a little bit more detail about some of the NFT tiers you had, what the benefits were?
Yeah, so we were the first ones to do JumpStart, so we kind of got creative with how we were going to do it. We didn't really have any other models to go off of, and I'm really happy with how we did it and what we offered to investors. So we ended up offering the tiers of Grand Maestro, Maestro, and Frontman. So they're all kind of like music themed, right? And what each investor gets in the tier is they get a percent of our fee splitter. So every single time someone buys or sells the Sign token, there's a 5% fee, of which a percent goes to these NFT holders. So basically, you're getting paid in Sign just passively by owning one of these things. Now, each had additional perks that came with it. Like the Grand Maestro, for example, there are only 10 of them at 2,000 each, and those sold out. And with that, you got to sit on the board, which is a Telegram group chat that we have, where we make decisions about what to spend the money on and things like this, and they get early access to a bunch of updates and things that are happening with the platform that I don't share with everyone. And then the tier after that were the Maestros. They got a big percent of the fee splitter. They also got t-shirts, and those are pretty much the two main things that they got. They basically get a bigger percent of the fee splitter. And then there are the frontmen who get a percent of the fee splitter. There's more of those, but they get a smaller amount. And every single tier also comes with a discount to shows that we throw in LA. And I was able to have one person actually come who got a discount, but that could evolve into being worth more as we grow and we have more sponsored shows. But that's another little tier that was added to each thing. But the main thing that people bought it for was the fee splitter, because basically you get a front man or whatever, it's $250. You get a percent of Sign that's coming in from trades that happen all the time, and you get Sign just in your wallet, not having to do anything. And eventually the goal is you get enough Sign to get into the ETF, which allows you to get all of the tokens on our market. So basically, like Joey or Cartier, God, whatever, you don't have to pick which musician will blow up. You get all of them. But it's expensive. The barrier to entry, it's like $1,800, probably more now because Magic's pumping. But the idea is if you own an NFT, you get the Sign token passively, so you only spend $250 to get into the $1,800 thing. But the time is what you give it to accrue it for you.
Yeah, it's really cool as well how your NFTs had a kind of crypto benefit, but also a real world benefit with the tickets that you mentioned. So they're great examples of how NFTs can be used on the JumpStart platform. And we mentioned a little bit how you already had a community kind of before you set up JumpStart. How did they respond to your campaign when you went live?
They liked the campaign. I mean, they were interested in how we were going to offer new additional benefits to investors, and a lot of them, you know, when you have a project in crypto that's for a year, over a year, in crypto that's like centuries. So it's people who want to see the project succeed, and they were happy to give more resources to get something for providing for those resources. They were more happy to try it out, and also a lot of the people in the side community are also in the sidekick community. So it was kind of like they wanted to support sidekick launching, they want to support Sign's growth, and they also want to get something in return for it, which is that fee split. As Sign grows and we get more artists and we work with these potential new VCs and partnerships and accelerators, it's in their benefit to own one of these NFTs because more people would invest in Sign and trade it. More Sign for them. Everybody wins. And that's really what you want to build with an NFT.
Yeah. And as you just mentioned before, Sign Trade and sidekick.finance have kind of been partners and worked together, which is where you would have heard about JumpStart. But what made you want to launch your campaign on JumpStart over other more traditional crowdfunding sites?
Well, I really like the idea with the NFTs for each tier instead of Kickstarter or whatever. They don't have that. And being a crypto company, it really works with me because I can do that thing with my fee splitter where it's built in, it just made more like I couldn't offer 1% of my fee splitter through Kickstarter. Right? It wouldn't be possible. With the NFTs and the smart contracts that are built into them, I can make it all easy to do and automated, and it's not like a problem. I don't have to figure out some whole new solution to distribute these tokens to NFT holders. If someone were to put a tier in and I were to say, like on Kickstarter, we're going to give you whatever 5% of the fee splitter. Now I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that. With the NFTs, it's already done for me because they have the smart contract built in. So.
Yeah. And how did you find setting up your campaign on the JumpStart kind of UI? Did you find that easy, or what did you think?
It had a little bit of problems when I first started it, but I mean, we were the first company to use it. There were some bugs here and there, but for what I understand, a lot of that's been fixed since I was on there. But other than like a couple of buggy things with uploading images or GIFs that wouldn't size correctly. Other than that, it worked well, and it's doing a lot on the back end. It's creating an NFT for you pretty seamlessly. So I was impressed with how well it worked, and I like the updates they've been doing. I've noticed they've been adding new stuff to it. So yeah, I think it's a good tool, and I think it works well. It's relatively easy to use. I think that there is a little bit of a barrier of entry there for people who are not crypto savvy to get into it. Like you have to get a MetaMask and figure all that out, but it's really not that difficult.
Yeah, and our developer, cause he has been doing lots of updates, as you say. So every time we get a new campaign, he updates anything that he comes across. And with the onboarding of people who aren't familiar with crypto, we do offer one-on-one sessions to go through everything, what it will look like, how to set up things like MetaMask or whatever. Obviously, you already knew that, but for people who don't know, then that is a service we offer too. And as we said at the beginning, your campaign was a success, and you did go into a little bit about kind of what you wanted to set up your campaign for. So it'd be great to hear how far you've come with that already.
Yeah. So let me just bring up my white paper because we promised specific things with what we raised and what we were going to do with it. Okay, so we said we were going to do the start with the JumpStart funding, we would sign 60 musicians, done. We distribute 300 tracks, done. We made the minimum raise of 30K. Partnerships in the Matic community. We are now officially partnered with Polygon Studios, Matic News, the Polygon Punks community, and we are going to be at Polycon next week. So we've already gotten that initial thing. We've checked all of the things in the first realm there. And nothing to be announced as of yet, but I am in talks with Polygon about a potential accelerated program with MasterCard next month. That could be something, as well as a marketing push they're doing with music companies on the Polygon chain. So what we are promising here in March, all according to the white paper we lined out for NFT investors, sign 100 musicians, which we are on track for, a UI refresh for launch, which is what we are putting the majority of our focus into right now. That will be ready in March. It's looking amazing. If you are a Grand Maestro, you already have seen the progress, and they are very happy. Coin market cap listing. So this is something we're working on, and we're trying to get to, but unfortunately, it's not just something that money can solve. It's a long, arduous process, and we are in talks with them. Hopefully, we can get that March. I can't promise anything there. And begin the lunar strategy marketing. So this is something that we are looking to maybe revisit. We're looking at different ways to tackle the marketing angle here. We are going to Polycon and things like this, and we're doing something big with a musician in March that I can't say yet, which is a big marketing push that we are going with instead. We found that organic marketing tends to work best with our platform instead of going to partners like Lunar Strategy and things like this. We've got way more people on the website actually using it and investing in artists by focusing on those artists. So I'll just leave that there. Now, after this, we're looking at Q2, securing the label accelerated partnership. All this would not be possible without the NFT investment. So the UI refresh is done, right? I'm already having meetings with potential VCs. I have a couple next week. I'm going to Puerto Rico in a couple weeks as well to do this. But I don't really want to jump too far into the future. So right now, let's just focus on the UI revamp, which is coming next March, which is going to lead to Q2, which is Q3, Q4. But, that's all in the white paper. So yeah, mostly right now the UI refresh is what the JumpStart funding is being used for.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you've been very busy, and also massive congratulations. The platform has come so far since you first launched, and you have such a big network of musicians on there, which in itself is amazing marketing because they all have their own listeners. So yeah, well done. I'm really excited to see what comes next from Sign Trade. And yeah, I mean, is there anything else you'd like to add about your experience with JumpStart or Sidekick?
I really like what they're doing, and it was a success for me. So I think if you have a business or you want to try it out, you should do it.
Great. Well, I think that's a nice note to end on. So thank you so much for joining us, Ashton. And yeah, good luck with everything, and keep everyone from Sign Trade and Sidekick updated.
Thank you, Sasha.
Great.